Hey campers, it's Taro, and welcome to my table. Today we're talking about succulents. So, succulents are a lovely type of plant that are very nice for us Idahoans, as they do not need a lot of water and are commonly found in deserts, such as Idaho. This plant right here is one from my personal collection, and it is an aloe vera. Now this is different from many aloe veras that you might have seen before, because this one is kind of spiky along its leaves. Not necessarily like a cactus, but you know, I wouldn't rub up against it very hard. And this one also is a little bit red, just on those little spikes that I was talking about. And so what I'm going to show you today is one of my favorite things about succulents as someone who likes to grow plants, and that is succulents are one of the easiest plants to get growing. So as you can see, there's kind of two little things here. This was the plant that I put in, and this grew off of it. So I'm going to show you guys how to move succulents into other pots, and as well how to make new succulents, which is kind of a crazy concept because, you know, how don't I need a seed or something? You do not need a seed. With succulents, you really just need the first succulent. So first, moving a succulent from one pot to another, it's super simple. I've done it a ton of times, even with one of the pots that are right behind you. Really all you have to do is, you know, it's nice if you have a shovel, but sometimes you can just kind of move the succulent aside a little bit, and then pull it. This one's gonna need some sort of knife or something, because these two melded roots. So I'll be right back with that, and then I'll show you really how easy it is to move this thing to this pot. I'll be right back. Okay campers, so I finally have my scissors, and so all that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of pull these plants up a little bit. Succulents are actually fairly easy to manage while they're in the soil, because they don't really like to get their roots down. In order to collect as much water as possible, they like to put their roots out, kind of like a little dish. And that's how they get a lot of their water. But for me, that means I can just kind of lift them. I don't really have to go digging. Then I'm just going to take my scissors, and don't go cutting willy-nilly. Try to get one cut, or else you might hurt the plant. And I'm just going to cut down there. And there's a couple other straggling roots. And you see, I didn't even really have to get all of the roots there. I just needed to get the main plant. And so then I'm going to kind of make a little divot in the middle of this bowl, and I'm just going to put this in here. And it is that simple. You just take one, and you can just put it directly down in. And then with this one, you want to make sure you bury where you cut, because you don't want it to get any airborne diseases. And so yeah, that is how you transplant them. Next, I will be showing you guys how to create new succulents. Okay campers, so to make new succulents, it's also fairly easy. All you need to do is take one of these leaves and put it directly in the ground. This is especially true with aloe vera. They like to grow that way. So what I typically do is I like to cut one of the bottom leaves, just because those are the oldest ones, and they're likely to be the ones I won't see that often. And so you just take your scissors, or really you can just break them off. You can get a little bit more growth if you cut, and then you just take the cut and you can put this directly in the soil, and that'll grow into a new plant. Well, see you later, campers. Stay fresh.